Right, I'll be honest. This video is probably the harshest I'm going to be about URL as media personality, as a blogger, as someone that for many years loved battle rap and wants to share on social media on different areas. Oh, I love this. This is, if you enjoy this, the link is here. The URL have made this very difficult to share any clips, anything like this. So I want to go through the copyrights. Copyright, copy wrong. Let's talk about it.
One a day till 100K. Look, I've been with plenty women, still don't know how women think. Been through the good and bad, really through the thick and thin. Sometimes I'm questioning the world that they be living in. Their standards be a fantasy to fan their public image. If it's Twitter, 6 figures isn't rich now, huh? But IRL, they gave it up for a chipped out blunt. I'd rather stay in the house and leave the bitch out front. I won't fit into your criteria list, now what? See, she say she like to sniff and hit a dab. I think Shotty wildin'. She go from power to the gas like she in a hybrid. Say she doesn't do this often, guess she got some mileage. She say she into Libras, I said I'm into silence. Come with baggage, I ain't carrying your luggage, bitch. She get to lying and she come up with the dumbest shit. Starts talking about my truth, I'm making fun of it. The greatest thing about truth is, it's only one of it, Cope.
The URL TV.tv, the biggest platform in English-speaking battle rap. The innovators, the originals, where the energy and the essence of battle rap is. Question: have you ever, as a fan, tried to share a clip? And what happened when you shared that clip? You probably got a copyright strike, right? That's because the URL is trying to treat their business, their platform, like it's a TV show, where really the most successful platforms, the most successful shows are no longer on TV. They come from YouTube, they come from open dialogue, and they come from shareable clips to send out. So what I want to do to start with is to read over a disclaimer that URL then sent to the battle rap culture about tweets that have too many minutes on a clip and they have too much of the app stuff and all these businesses. I want to break down this statement from the URL down to a fine art. So, like Froze would say, come take this walk with me. Let's go through it. To maintain the integrity of our platform and safeguarding the hard work of our artists, we are committed to protecting our content. Okay, that sounds fair. Similar to industry leaders like Def Jam, Peacock, Amazon, and Lionsgate. First of all, URL, you are not them. You are the league, you are not the distributor. You are not running many leagues and protecting their content. You are the league. The distributor is YouTube, well, was before it was the URL app. You are one TV show inside your own app. Okay? Just as a perspective thing. Similar to industry leaders like Def Jam, Peacock, Amazon, and Lionsgate, we do not tolerate unauthorized use of our intellectual property. Now, URL, unauthorized use of your property. How are you going to share anything without people sharing it? You are closing the gate on your own culture by saying, we don't want people to share our content. Then how do you grow? You already had YouTube and it was sharing your content. Like, how do people find battle rap? I found battle rap through people sharing the content and through algorithm, and that always naturally shares the content. How are you going to grow if you don't allow people to distribute, share the content? I understand lengthy periods of time. But how are you going to do this if you don't allow unauthorized access? You see these TikTok clips of shows. So actually, Suits, for example. Suits show that was on Dave, exclusively on Dave in the UK, and became super popular, and now it's fucking everywhere, and they did extra seasons. And that was a show in 2013, and it came back in the pandemic. And that's just from people sharing clips and going back and going, oh, this was actually a great show. You need the people to share your clips because you need the algorithm to push forward. If you're going to get people to check that app, you need people to share. So unauthorized access is a lot of bollocks. Piracy not only violates the law, but also undermines the tremendous effort, time, and resources we invest in cultivating the culture for fans to enjoy. Well, you know what? URL, you know what? If you want people to then appreciate your content, you need to share it more. That's maybe a thought. Maybe you're not sharing your content enough, so other people are sharing your content for you. Is that not maybe something to register? If it's taken people that have just went, you know what, I like this, I'll put this up. There should already be a clip that they could just take from certain websites. Your TikTok should be spamming battle rap. And God, there's a function on the URL app that is, it's meant to be algorithmic, like it's shorts, and you press it, and the first thing you get is Asamin vs Rumnity, and that happened in Summer Madness the year before, and it just scrolls for a little bit. You need to update this shit. If you should be all over social media, and if people are sharing for you, then you're fucking up. It's not them. They want to support you. Our goal is to protect our copyrights, combat piracy, and collaborate with content creators to find fair solutions for sharing clips. Where have you done that? Where have you done that? And contact me, contact any of these guys. I'm totally fine. If you want to do that, you need to actively do that. Because you haven't. You've got All Things Battle Rap that you're harassing to get the clips down when he's sharing a minute or two of a round from the URL app.
I should say, shout out All Things Battle Rap, man, for real. I wanted to add this part into as I discuss All Things Battle Rap because he got fucking purged on his channel from not just URL, RBE, and other leagues. He got fucking purged when he was doing this Battle Rap archive, basically, where it was on this day, this event happened. And it got purged because they were sharing clips that were too long, apparently. Which is fucking ridiculous. This is meant to be promoting your battles because you're not doing a good enough job. Even he says on these tweets here that I'm showing that what is the point in purging a clip that's between 5 to 10 years old? Why would you do that? The only thing that's going to do is drive traffic to the battle, because if it's not been seen in 5 years or it's been up for 5, they're not going to have a continuous fan base checking it out. Everyone has seen it enough times, and it's new fans that want to then go see it. You have to promote and push that. Absolute joke. Shout out All Things Battle Rap and shout out Battle Rap on the day. It was an amazing profile on X. It's just great. It was great to see all these on the day. Oh, this happened on this day. This happened on this day. The archive was amazing. And you're going to get rid of it and purge it? For what? So you could do it yourself? Well, you haven't fucking done it yourselves. This isn't just URL. RBE also did the same thing. I think you go on that channel now, it's pretty much only King of the Dot, which is mental. Back to the video.
You need to contact these people. Know who's the big talkers in battle rap and give them clips to share. It's so easy. You're just not doing it. While we recognise that the fans and media outlets often use clips to promote our battles and drive traffic to the URL app, our data shows that extended clips, sometimes as long as 7 minutes, can deter casual viewers from subscribing to the platform. Right. Do you want to know why that stat doesn't make sense? Right. Why that statement on its own doesn't make sense? Because if they're not URL subscribers, then they're not URL subscribers. No one sees a 7-minute clip then unsubscribes. So when it says there, promoter battles, our data shows that extended clips can deter casual viewers from subscribing to the URL app. If they're not subscribing, they're not going to. That's it. You need to do a better job in getting them to subscribe. Maybe work on your Crucible. Maybe have a better roster. Wow. Ultimate Madness maybe needs to be better. Maybe the app needs to function better. You know, like maybe there should be a way of sharing. Give your URL app the option to clip and share. And you can give them 30 seconds and they'll use that. Share, and then you give them a template platform that says, like, okay, you have to mention this, have to mention this, have to mention this, and share. You know, you can do that. There's, when you share on YouTube to X, there is templates that it can be given as like a username or whatnot. That can be done. It can be. You're just not doing it. And you're expecting people just to sit there and go, well, guess we can't do it then. No. Be proactive. You're not, the 7-minute clip doesn't stop someone subscribing to the URL app. Its inability to access what's available on the URL app stops them from subscribing to the URL app. Oh, and this is hilarious. In fact, 4 out of 10 viewers who view these clips opt not to sign up, and 7 out of 10 potential subscribers choose not to watch the full battles on the app. So, let's break down that stat. 4 out of 10 fans who view these clips opt not to sign up. When are you giving them the opportunity to sign up? They see the clip and then they scroll on to the next thing on their feed. What opportunity have they got to sign up? It doesn't make sense. They either sign up or they don't. And if they haven't signed up, they've not signed up yet. So unless you're saying because there's a 7-minute clip out and that people are unsubscribing, then that would maybe make more sense. But that doesn't seem to make sense to me. And the other part, and 7 out of 10 potential subscribers choose not to watch the full battles on the app. So again, potential subscribers, that's not total subscribers. Potential. You're on about the market of a random person scrolling over and saying they might subscribe. If they're not subscribing, they're not subscribing. If they're subscribing, they're subscribing. Give them a reason to. Give them a share a clip. Make the app more accessible. It's so easy to do that. It's so easy. And I understand the worries of bootlegging and all these sort of things. I understand that. But you see likes of WWE, for example, and they have a very tight, I know they have very tight copyright restrictions, but they supply enough clips to share out on their own. They are fucking everywhere. Algorithmically, they are everywhere. And URL needs to step it up. If they want to be this tight, they need to be stepping up and let people just share the URL clips. Like, they should have 6 clips per battle, pretty much. If they want to be like that and highlight moments and share them all out. I know that seems like a lot of work, but if you're willing to cut people off, then you need to put the work back in to then help your image. Because this is one of the worst things about the URL. People want to share love and support the URL, and you cut them off by the knees. We are in a new era of streaming, and while live streaming events for our subscription members enhances the fan experience, piracy poses a significant threat to our ability to fairly compensate our artists. Okay, I can understand that if someone is being given the opportunity to either buy the app or not to still see the same battle, almost always they're going to not do that. And unfortunately, whether URL think it or not, they're not big enough like boxing that they can afford that sort of difference. There will be a point, as they say, that it will affect their viewership moving forward. So make it worth buying the app. Like, why for an event am I buying? I pay $7.99 a month. Why am I then paying £40 for a subscription there? I'm not, like, I'm literally paying for, while I'm already in the club. Basically, the URL app is the opening gate. And then you then have to pay for everything. It's like the PS5s that don't have a disc. So then everything you have to buy has to be on the URL app. Because it's the only way you can actually use the app at the time and catch up with the latest battles. It's annoying. It's very annoying as a structure, because you want to be able to support them and you want people a reason to stay. And when there's not a battle, because I've had the app since the inception and I still have the app. There's months where there's no battles, none at all, literal months, and you then go, well, why am I subscribing when I could be spending that money somewhere else? I literally pay to support the URL, and because it's such a poorly made app, it's not enjoyable to go to. As I've seen before, there was I shared a clip on the streaming of it, and it was jittery, it was cutting off. Like, the app experience watching it live is poor. It's very, very poor. This is, if they don't want people to bootleg it, they need to provide the better product. And I know you can't control the battles. The battles are the battles. In the production side, in the actual on the day, that's what it is. But you can promote. You can push for things. Why is Smack going off about Twitch? Why is he not streaming himself on that?
You see what's going on. You keep your cameras rolling for a little while, and then everything else is going to be on my Twitch. Everything's going to be on my Twitch. I got to go follow my Twitch, Real Smack White. Follow my Twitch channel, because you know what I'm saying? When these cameras cut, my Twitch is coming on. So Real Smack White, go subscribe to my Twitch channel if you want to see the behind the scenes of what's going on in this summer madness.
Why is he not doing that? Why does he have to go over there on Twitch and subscribe to my Twitch account? What is that? Are you going to move the app there? Like, what are you doing? Like, there needs to be more app exclusives regularly that are worth the time. And you need to push the new artists on the regular algorithm and reel people in when they get invested in these new guys. Right now they're up against a big competition only on the URL app. Like, they need to reel the guys in. They need to reel us in as fans. Why should we get the app when we know we can get it bootlegged? Why? Give us incentive. Like, we need a reason. And URL doesn't give us a reason. They expect us to pay, then complain against bootlegged. It's so simple. Do more. And also, actually, like, at this point now, like, again, maybe because I'm annoyed about this topic, that I then get into this kind of category here. The URL doesn't usually spend their own money. Like, okay, they do, but they rinse out sponsors like it's nothing. Summer Madness 2 wasn't paid by the URL. That was sponsors. Frank White, he's been rinsed out of his pocket, spending thousands upon thousands on Battle Rap every month. The URL were cleaning up shop on him. Like, there has been sponsors that have come in. Al Capone Cigarillos. There's sponsors that have come in that have tried to give all their money to help Battle Rap and push everything. And then they just, they're done, out the way. Right, on to the next one. Like, and only when there seems to be no sponsor to pick up Battle Rap does the URL then say, oh, there's no money in Battle Rap, because you lost it all. Caffeine, 220 million. What? Like, where's the money? Like, we pay, like, I assume there is maybe, let's be generous here. Let's say there's about 20,000 people that subscribe to the URL app, right? 20,000 people, $7.99. You know the money that I'm talking per month after that. You know, 20,000. Yeah, I'm looking about 150,000 a month, maybe, right? Like, where's that? I understand that battle rappers might want the 60s and the 70 grand, so it cuts so much out of it. But people are subscribing to the app, and there should be a way. Okay, Surf, you cost too much. We can't pay for you. Once a year for you at most. But no, you're gonna have to earn your amount. Like, where's the money going? You know, like, there is a good amount of money per month into the URL app, but they use sponsors on other people's money. Like, the money could be spent in different areas. I don't want to repeat myself. The app functionality, like, you know, actually working with media to share clips and push the narratives forward, enhance your crucible. You know, there's so much that can be done, and they're not doing it. They just sit idle by and let the last 2 years of the URL have not been good. I'm filming this in November now. This is how much the time skip goes. That the URL this is again another dud year for the URL. No summer madness. None. In the last year, RBE, the Blue Room ran battle rap. And you're still sat there going, oh, why is nobody wanting to follow us anymore? Why? I don't know why nobody wants to support the culture anymore. Because you're not just the culture. Unauthorized distribution of our content directly impacts our ability to fund future battles and pay the talent that our fans love. You know, stop relying on the same artists. You know, cut different deals. Like battle rappers, URL is the league. It is the league, and battle rappers will take less if you push them in that situation. That's a negotiation thing. If they say the battlers that you love, the battlers are going to battle somewhere. So if they're not battling in your league, they'll fuck off somewhere else. They'll go where the money is. So really, that's saying we want to book the top guys still, so we need to be supportive. That's a lot of bollocks. That is a lot of bollocks. That's on the URL, and work the money. You know, like, if they're sponsored for a big battle, like, they actively should be reaching out for more sponsors in different ways. Like there should be a sponsor at every battle. Like, okay, you wear this top and we'll get a couple of hundred from this company. You wear that t-shirt, a couple of hundred from here, and bring it back to battle rap. You know, battlers have to bring their own sponsors. DNA has to bring his own sponsors. That's when you know the game's fucked up. The house, URL's the house, and the house isn't winning. The battlers are winning. And good for the battle rappers for being independent. Good for them, because the house isn't providing it. Reality is simple. When our content is pirated, it not only harms our business, but also harms and deprives the artists of the compensation they deserve. Without fair pay, battles featuring stars like Loaded Lux, Rum Nitty, Tay Rock, Miss Hustle, Geechee Goy, and New Jersey Twerk become unsustainable. That tells you what tells you. They will go and get the money somewhere else. But if there's nowhere, like, if a battle rapper prices themselves out and they need the money, they will drop their price down. They will. If they really feel that, if they need the money, they will either go somewhere else, or when there's no more money left, as you say, URL's the #1 league, they will come back. They will come back, and they will accept what you give them. But if it means they're not in the company for a bit, it just means they're not in the company for a bit. And that's where you work on your new stars. Like, you can, what this statement has done is try to go, oh, we want Loaded Deluxe, we want Rum Nitty, we want Miss Hustle, we want these guys, oh my god, and name the most popular guys. It's trying to get sympathy. That's what that one is. If they don't, they'll come back if they want to come back. If you can't afford it, oh well, they go and do something else. You make new stars, and you find new contracts and new revenues to pay them and work with them. Oh, have you got sponsors here? You got this, you got that, ad space and adverts. So why are we not having, like, there's so that, you know, my brain's going 100 miles an hour. There's a lot of things that can be said about how they can improve right now. We're just going through this little copyright claim statement, right? No other league consistently invests in and compensates its talent like the URL. Really. Like RBE hasn't been around for the past 7 years. Like they've only just stopped now. Like King of the Dot wasn't doing the same thing. Like Don't Flop wasn't doing similar stuff. All these leagues, I understand you pay a lot of money. I understand that. And you help people. But that's because you earn so much. Like percentage wise, you probably give the same as what a Don't Flop could. If Don't Flop had the money that the URL had, Don't Flop would be giving the same amount. Like, this idea that they are the only ones that give all the money out consistently when there's times when we haven't had battles for months. I understand they've been here for almost the longest, but it's the fans that pay them. URL doesn't pay it, the money comes from the fans. And if it's not the fans, then it's the sponsors again. We pay the battle rappers by supporting you. The URL then pays the battle rappers from money that we give, or sponsors. So the URL doesn't pay it, the fans pay for it. And that's a terrible way to try and promote and say that, oh, we can't have these battles because the URL can't pay for it. Well, the URL needs more people subscribed. They should have been subscribed so we can continue to support these guys. We need more money, rather than if you don't, we're not going to be able to turn it positive. We do this not only for the industry, but also for the culture. We ask our fans and partners to stand with us in this effort as we work alongside Quarterlab. Quarterlab will get a fucking swift jab from me. Quarterlab to monitor and prevent piracy. Together we can protect the future of battle rap and continue to provide the content that our fans love. Do the fans love your content? Be honest. If you're a fan watching this video, do you still follow the URL? Or are you following Averb and Hitman's arguments? Or were you following RBE's Blue Room with Big K versus Mook? Or were you following Winter Madness that's coming up with Arsenal versus Murder Mook and Clean versus T-Rex? Bags of Bodies, Hitman and Geechee. Like King of the Dot, Mass 6. Like, who are you following? The URL right now seems to not be the innovator. It's not. If it was the innovator, if it was the original, if it was the savvy business that it should be, they would have answers for this. And I understand copyright is difficult. No, bootlegging. Copywriting is easy. Bootlegging is difficult. I understand that. But if you want people to promote your clips, provide the clips. Have something that says this is a URL clip. If you want to watch and more, there's ways of doing this. And if they don't provide the same, like I will put music in this video, right? This is, as you're hearing now, this is in video music. And I make sure that it's copyright free, but I always put a description of every song that I put on in here. And I had to get permission for the intros and the outros. I had to get permission for that stuff so I could use them. And I bought K-Shine Shorty Horror Trailer. I bought the copyright. Like, maybe you need to sell the battle for people to copyright it. That's a good way of getting your money. Okay, if you want to use these battles for clips, okay, it's 20 quid. And then there you go. You can have that for copyright. I don't know. But then you get a situation where people play copyright and then the URL, all of a sudden, all these battles come up in other places because you're paying 20 quid to then get 100,000 views. But even then, there has to be something that you could think about to then work this out. The bootleg problem is only a problem because the copyright situation isn't good. That we can't just take a clip and share it if it's a minute, if it's 2, because the URL shuts it down. I can't share nothing from the URL on YouTube. I can't put in a clip there for a recap. I can't do nothing because you get cut off. Nope, this is officially taken down. There's clips like T-Rex and Reed Dollars. I had to redo the whole video. I had other videos I've had to completely redo because the URL can't have you sharing the battles. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. Like, every other league gets their clip shared out, and if they have that, okay, 2-minute 30 mark, let's say, they have it shared out. Big highlight moments, the algorithm gets moving. They end up in all these different places. But I bet you, though, URL, that if Fox News, if CNN, if any of these places, I bet you, if they took the clip and they shared it out, I bet you wouldn't worry about that. You wouldn't call CNN, here, can you take that down because it's not good for us? You know you fucking wouldn't. You only do this to the fans. Only for the person coming up. You don't do this for no big conglomerate. No fucking way. So you put this statement out. And on this statement, you're thinking that everything is going to work out and this is your stance. Where realistically, it tells me you need to work better at what you have for us to then not copyright it and try and share. And it comes, I could bet 95% of it comes from a place of help. I'm from buttfuck nowhere in Scotland, right? And I want to share a URL clip for like Facebook followers and all this stuff. This is the thing. This is what I like. I can't do that because you prevent it. You prevent it, and you're never going to get beyond the super fan section that you have when you can't allow people to share the content. And when they get to the app, there needs to be function, because as a fan, I can accept that the app isn't great because I'm accepting that I understand that, and I take the risk in paying it every month, and I know that what the money goes in for. Well, do I know it? I like to think I do, but I don't really know what the money goes in for, and I want to support the URL. That statement's a lot of shit. I just want to make that clear. To me, you can tell me wrong otherwise, that statement's a lot of shit. If you want to save the copyright situation, loosen off. Maybe you need to work with QuarterLab and say, hey, maybe let them come to us first. Before you do that, let us know and we'll approach. If I had an email from URL saying, hey, this is Cammygbr, urltv.tv here, seeing that you used one of our clips from QuarterLab, can we work at a compromise? Maybe a little less, or maybe something, like something. But you just give us nothing. It's, right, okay, you can't share our clips anymore. Because a lot of RBE fans are just old URL fans that are sick of the bullshit. And this is the epitome of the bullshit. Let's talk about the bootlegging problem. As I'm recording this, it's November. We've just had the bars over politics conundrum, right? And with the bars over politics, basically people were buying for a pay-per-view, ran on the app, and then URL decided, hell no, ain't happening anymore, right? I respect that. If you feel that we need to make this our content and bring it back. You've never actually solved the problem that was at hand. So what was the problem at hand? Here's another statement that we're going to read. From the urltv.tv, we had to cancel the pay-per-view stream due to rampant bootlegging. Despite working with our legal team up to the last minute, we couldn't shut it down. Bootlegging has gotten worse every event, and we're fighting to protect our content. Thanks for your patience and support. #URL. Now, I'm not in defense of bootlegging, but I'm also not going to lie and say that I haven't used bootlegging before. I think we all have, whether it's boxing, battle rap events. That I think usually if I did use a bootleg, it would be from like a league that I don't really know, and they have a bigger battle on it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know the league, so I'm not just going to throw my money at it. I'll see how it works out and whatnot before I put anything into it. I've spent fucking hundreds on the URL, loads on the RBE, loads on King of the Dot, Dope Flops, all these things. Everything needs to be on Vimeo and all this stuff, right? But if I don't know the league and it's like maybe it's a one-time league, Battle of the Brave, for example, I didn't know them. It was a weird site, so I just got bootlegged, right? So URL, again, I understand the whole situation with Black Compass Media. I'm not going to go into that whole bootleg situation that allegedly happened or didn't happen. It's a lot of different stories involved in that shit. However, I understand the URL's concern after that, and there is actively Facebook pages that are bootleg links and whatnot. You're never going to stop them. You're never. It's not that it's gotten worse. I think you're more aware of it. There is people that obviously do share the stuff and whatnot, and there will be discords that do it. However, for me, if you are looking to then support your fans, then you're needing more incentives for the fans that are on the stream at the time. Why can't I send a super chat to Jay Black and ask a question on and have a stream on the side, and when the battle happens, move the stream out of the way? Or why is there not raffles for prizes? If you put a couple of quid in, you might get a year's subscription to the URL app. Why is there not more incentive for being in the chat? Because that's what you then miss out on. You need more of a chat experience, because your chat log is fucking dog. When the URL freezes and whatnot, you then have to press the refresh button, and then your chat goes back to the very start of the fucking stream. So then you don't know what people are saying. That needs to be sorted out too. You need a better live experience for the people buying the pay-per-view. Because if I could just see some guy watching it from a TV, when the experience of me watching it on a TV when I paid the £50 for it, if it's pretty much the same thing, I would go over there, you know? You need a better experience on the day. Maybe, URL subscribers might get a free pay-per-view for this next small event over here, or we were going to work with Body Bag Battle League streaming on the URL app. You got this one's free, it's on us, and maybe you give Body Bag Battle League money to stream it on the URL, like use your money to then work with other leagues and have them support you and get exclusives on the day. Doing this battle week isn't enough, because you're just giving the content to the people that aren't going to subscribe to the URL app. You're somewhat right in saying that, but you're not going to give it to them. You need to be giving it to the subscribers who supported you since May 29th, 2019, 2 days after the URL app was made and then available in the UK a day or so later, because it was a terrible rollout. Like, you need to be supporting us and telling us why we should be getting these big pay-per-views, because it's incentive for us in the future. Make our money worth more than just the attitude of, paid it, it's done. And then you get the battles, and then that's it. Doesn't matter about pay-per-view quality, because, you paid the money. And that's where a lot of this goes down to. You paid the money, so I'm aware that people probably got their refunds. I didn't even buy this pay-per-view. I'm the URL app subscriber. I knew it was going to come on the app anyway, so I didn't buy it. Because I did Nexus, and it was dog. So I was like, I am now not buying big pay-per-views, because I know they'll come out in the app a week or two later. Why should I? There's no reason to. You know who had a good point about this? Mike P. Mike P put out a tweet. Again, this is the first time I'm actually using other people's sources for this. A lot of it is just my own finding, but I thought it was really interesting to go over and see what other people were saying about this, because I only know so much and I can tell you my perspective. I'm not a guru in this topic. So, Mike P says this, right? Dear URL TV, YouTube / £10 membership only pay-per-views. Okay? So if they did this, you get ad revenue, combat any bootlegging that charges, and gives paying members the opportunity to donate more through the event. So as I was saying, give more incentive to the chat. Why not? Like, have a little stream on the side saying this is like Kai Cenat and all of them, and all these streamers that have all this stuff, they have the chat fucking flying through, right? And then you get Jay Black and whatnot just become glorified streamers for the app. you know, in communicating with the people at real time. They did something similar with caffeine, but the caffeine chat was shit as well because it was 4 blocks. It was so dumb. Oh, I hate the caffeine. Combat any bootlegging that charges and gives paying members the opportunity to donate more throughout the event, solely based on the success of the event battles moments over the course of 4 to 7 hours. So YouTube just introduced something called super chat goals. Put a goal of 1,000 super chats. Viewers can see the goal, $5 or higher, and if it reaches the certain goal, the prize is uploading a recent battle to your URL channel. That's a great idea. If you want, if they go at like a Sue Surf battle, boom, they put that on there. That's a fucking great idea, and it's a good way of incentivizing the fans to then give to others. It becomes our call, and maybe they could spin a wheel. Right, this is the battle. And that's a fucking great idea. And as Mike P says, pay-per-view buys will increase tenfold and give people more incentive to donate because they only pay £10 to watch. Earn your pay-per-view buys. Earn your money. Start on time. Give the people what they are willing to pay for, but are so hesitant because of the circus that is these live streams. It gives people a reason to stay on the app and breathes new life into your YouTube channel that can still be utilized way more than y'all ain't currently taking advantage of. That is all. That's a fucking incredible point. Just incentives. Give us the reason to. So it kind of goes on, and there was a little bit more that I wanted to add on to this because, you know, people have a lot of things to say about this guy, and I get the perspective of it. Chris Unbiased had asked Mike P afterwards, what about YouTubing not providing monetization due to cuss words and language? You can also screen record the battle as a member, which is something you can't do on the app. If you don't curse, aka don't start 5 minutes into the stream, you can still get the ad revenue as the live is going. No screen recording is bullshit. You're not stopping people from bootlegging. You ain't stopping screen recording. But the ad revenue is probably the least you're making. It's about the memberships and the donations. Those both would supersede the ad revenue. You're also on the most relatable, reliable platform imaginable in YouTube. That makes sense. Like, as a fan, that just seems to make sense to me. That URL is... They need to utilize the YouTube and then work on their app and give us the incentive. Because if you want to really make this in the Cool Club gate, then you need the fans on the stream. Maybe have the calls in the middle of the stream or something. Hi members or whatnot, whoever paid the most will send you a Discord link on the URL, send in a message, do that, boom, you're on there. What's your thoughts on Cortez versus Muwap? And blah, 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 blah. You know, like, they could do this and introduce more people, get the fans involved, but they won't. Because what they can do is pull the plug on you. Just like Smack said.
Yo, listen, man. I do what y'all listen. Yeah, listen. They wanna make their own flower. They wanna make their own flyers promoting, cutting my price on what the fuck I got going on and interrupting my business. Yeah. I'm not doing that, huh? Yeah. I'm not doing that. At the end of the day, if that's what y'all want to do, then, like, you know what I mean? Now listen, they gotta pull a plug on y'all niggas. Cause I could do that. I control my own business. That's the difference. This is my shit. Like, I control my own business. And I'm gonna pull a plug. Nobody live now. Now everybody come see me. Get the at gang stand up. You already know how we do it.
So does that
we can pull the plug on you because he can do that. Stop it, Smack. Smack, you are the man. Stop it. Beasley looked uncomfortable. That was not a good look. And this wasn't even an event, from what I'm aware of, that you paid for. It was the fucking US government paid for that. Like, over promoting and spending taxpayer money, which, you know, low-key, I'm fine with. Battle Rap is a promotional tool, but I bet what they didn't think it was to be stuck behind the URL app. I bet they would have thought that would have been out on the YouTube and for people to watch. I bet they would have fucking thought that and not caught in this app and loophole that the URL sucks all the fun in life out of. Yeah, and I think Mike P's right. I think you need incentives. And I as I've ranted and raved, I agree. And this is the URL not allowing people to share clips is a big problem. The URL in QuarterLab restricting people from sharing their interests with others is another problem. In their live event circuses, as Mike P says, is another problem. It's in like they even had this Shotgun Shug boxing event that had 2 fights when it was scheduled for 7, and it was like a 7-hour stream with nothing on. Just a fucking nonsense, honestly. And I said I love the URL. And when it was Watch Battles Live, it was pretty smooth. And you had Avocado helping out, it was pretty smooth. I just don't know what they're doing now. I think there could be a correlation from when they lost Caffeine to the bullshit happening at pay-per-views. You know, and even Caffeine wasn't great, but it was a terrible app, terrible chat system. The money situation didn't make any sense. Gold coins that were sunk into that was nonsense. But the battles and everything looked pretty good for the most part, apart from that one studio stage with Pat Stay, K Shine. That was weird, but it looked good for the most part. I think if we were to get the URL back to where we want it to be, the #1 league, and it needs a hard look at itself and how it promotes. I think their YouTube shorts don't look good. They need someone like a fucking gas buff. They need an Anderson Burris that'll just make that shit look good. Anderson Burris got 250k views with my guy Gas Buff from promoting and putting shorts and comedic things straight up. Like, he's Anderson Burris on his own YouTube channel. He got 250,000 views off of promotion against a guy which, again, I love Gast, was not pulling 100k views. He's maybe pulling 3,000-4,000 views at most. Anderson Burris is a great example of what promotion can do. And URL need to work on their promotion. If they had someone like Anderson in the cut, they'd be way better. They should be paying him. They should be. He worked on Caffeine. He can stream events. He knows what he's doing. You should be paying him. Emerson Kennedy too should be paying him too. If you don't know how to do it, hire someone that will. I would say, I wish I had a resolution to this. Like usually I do have a resolution, but I think I've really aired it out, and they've just got to do better. Work with QuarterLab, work with media, allow fan engagement, allow people to share it, or provide a cut option where you can cut a clip and share it with this caption, and you won't get copyright striked, or you won't get your video put down because you have this in the description, or you have this on the tweet. You'll have this in different areas. That's where the damning part of the URL is. They think that they're a distributor when they're just a TV show. They're a TV show that comes on once a month. They don't run all these leagues. They don't have that power. I think they do. They just need a long, hard look at themselves. Next episode maybe 1 or 2 of these left, I think. But this is a real meaty one. This is me getting my anger out. Because, Jesus Christ, the URL, you need to think better about all this copyright and bootlegging stuff. Cammygbr.
Anytime you need me, girl, you know I'm by your side. And I know that you know that I can make it right. I feel just how you feel tonight. Let me do what I can do.